All right, Matt, it is time for our main event of the evening, Bellator Dublin, the Dublin portion of the card. We also have Bellator 240 happening on the same date from Dublin, Ireland. Matt, in this fight at women's featherweight, we have Leah McCourt taking on Judith Ruis. And of course, our main event was originally supposed to be slated between James Gallagher and Cal Elnor. In this one, Gallagher out due to injury. In pops Leah McCourt and Judith Ruis into a main role. And this is a great fight, especially at 145 pounds, because we've all of a sudden seen a division come together. You have the signing of Kat Zingano. You have Leah McCourt really getting that promotional push. She's a former IMMAF world champion in the amateur circuit. She lost her pro debut, but since then, 3 straight wins. 2 straight finishes. I really had to think about what I was saying there. But she has looked great, especially in the Bellator cage. She's taken on a tough out in Judith Ruis, who can certainly get fights finished when they get to the ground, primarily against strikers, which is really a tough matchup because if we look at the odds, Matt, and again, Bellator odds don't make a lot of sense.
None.
Leah McCourt is a minus 430 favorite. Judith Ruis sitting at a plus 325 in her Bellator debut. Over on Tapology, out of about 205 votes, 94% of fans taking Leah McCourt to win, 81% predicting a decision. Matt, if you have a primary striker taking on a tough out that can get it done in a lot of different ways, and if you're Leah McCourt, what do you have to worry about in this type of fight?
I just got to worry about not getting taken down, but that's the good thing. Judith Ruis, it's not like she's a really good takedown specialist. She's not a Sarah McMahon. She's not a Tatiana Suarez. She's a good grappler, but she has to get the fight to the ground in the first place. And if Leah McCourt can keep that distance, really work her jab, and just never clinch up with Judith in the first place, then she should be okay, because her striking acumen is quite high, especially for women's featherweight. And just a side note, if you're a women's featherweight fighter, don't go to the UFC. Go to Bellator. They actually have like a division that's somewhat deep. They have some really good fighters in there, and it means a lot more, I would think, at this point, especially if you're just worried about your division's title, to win the women's Bellator featherweight title than it would be to win the UFC featherweight title. And for Leah McCourt, you can tell that they're definitely trying to set her up in that position. And like you said, with the signing of talent like Kat Zingano, the sky kind of is the limit for this division, especially now. Not to say Julia Budd wasn't a great champion, she of course is, but now that Cyborg's the champion, it just gives a lot more validation to the whole division as a whole.
I mean, you've got Budd, you've got McCourt, you've got Zingano, and hey, what if names, and it won't happen, but what if you had a Felicia Spencer, a Megan Anderson,
Exactly.
You saw more fighters, some Invicta fighters signing over. PFL didn't work out great for Sarah Kaufman in the end, but maybe she ends up in Bellator.
That's a really good point.
It's a division that's really being built up, and it's by fights like this in a main event slot like this that you have to get excited. Yes, I'm picking Leah McCourt. I'm going to agree with the odds, but Matt, we're really looking forward to this fight. It's great they're building the division. You're not going to want to miss the rest of our predictions for UFC Auckland, the 3 Bellator cards. Here with Fight Night Picks, Matt, as we always say, let's get into it.